Now, with all the commotion around the WordPress ecosystem at the moment, well, a lot of people have been looking for alternatives. So if you're looking for something lighter, purely built for e-commerce, and also that doesn't require a ton of different plugins and configuration, then OpenCart is a real contender. And the best part, it's open source and fully scalable. So this is what we are going to cover today, how to build a very powerful e-commerce website using OpenCart. So let's get started with step number 1, hosting and domain name registration. So for this, we are going to use Hostinger. So there are multiple reasons why we are going to use Hostinger. First is the price, reliability, but also it's fully scalable, which is perfect for OpenCart. And on top of this, they have an auto installer, so we can install OpenCart on our server in just one click. So the first step is to click on the first link in the description below where it says get hosting here, and this will bring you here to this dedicated landing page that we have with Hostinger. So we have negotiated special terms with Hostinger, and as you can see, by using the link in the description below, you'll access up to 75% discount on their hosting plans. And to avail of this special offer, you can click on claim deal, and there you go. As you can see, you can select among 3 different plans: premium, business, and cloud startup. So today we are building an e-commerce website using OpenCart, which is super lightweight and doesn't require much resources. So to be honest, you can start up with this one here, the premium plan. It will be absolutely fine, well able to handle the workload, no problem whatsoever. Now, it's only $2.99 per month, which is absolutely amazing, you know, already. And then if you scroll down the page, you get a lot of free goodies as well. So we get free weekly backup, free email, free unlimited SSL certificate, and also a free domain, which is already valued at least $9.99. So all together for $2.99 per month, not too shabby, to be honest, you know. So the next step is simply to choose your plan, click on this, and now you can select your billing cycle. As you can see, you can lock this price in for the next 48 months, or you can do so for 24 months perhaps, or maybe 12 months. So that's really up to you. So the best value obviously at this price point is for 48 months. This is where you save the most money. So that means that you can save $432 US. So I also have a coupon code for you guys. So click on this, enter Mr. Web here altogether. As you can see, 143 at the minute. Click this, apply. And now it's only 129. So you saved again almost $15 US in total. So after this, simply continue and proceed to checkout. And right after checkout, you will be redirected to this simplified onboarding process. Now, as you may have noticed, this is to install WordPress, which is not the case for us today. So what we need to do is basically exit out of this, okay? So click on the logo and let's go back to the main dashboard, okay? So leave. Very good. So next, let's take care of our domain name. So make sure that you are on your home page first. And right here, somewhere on your page, you should see something like this, you know, claim your free domain. .com, .net, and others. So simply click on this and then enter the domain name you'd like to register. So I'm just going to type here Mr. Web OpenCart because chances are this is not taken. So let's check the availability. Excellent. As you can see, this is available, and this is the .com, which is the most popular one. So all you have to do after this, guys, is to click claim domain, and it will set up your server automatically from there on. Obviously, I've done that already, so I cannot show you now on screen, but all you have to do basically is follow the next step here, okay? Very good. So after you've completed that step, you'll be redirected to the homepage again. Scroll down, and you should find a section like this one that says hosting. So this is your hosting, and make sure that it has your domain name next to it. After this, click manage. And now we can install OpenCart. So scroll down the menu section. Underneath website, you'll find auto installer. Click on that. And then from here, we're going to select the platform we want to install. So it's not WordPress, not WooCommerce, not Joomla, where it's others, obviously, you know. So click on this. And now we can select the CMS you want to install. So in our case, it's OpenCart. So find OpenCart here among all the different options. So there it is. And then click select. And then from here, enter your website credentials. So you need a website title, you need email address, username, and password. Now, if you have multiple domain names, make sure that you click advanced here. As you can see, I have only one at the minute, but if you have multiple domain names, make sure that you select the right one, okay? And then after this, click next. And then from here, you can leave everything as is and then click install. Excellent. So that's installed now. So that took like maybe 5 seconds max. Very, very fast indeed. So this is the URL to our website. It's running OpenCart, and now to access the backend, all you have to do is to click on those three dots here and then manage. Excellent. And now you can enter your credentials. So there you go. That's done now. So log in and there you go. Welcome to the OpenCart dashboard. And it's a very welcoming dashboard, I think, So when you land here, you can see the total orders of the day, total sales, total customers, how many people are actually online on your website. You can see where they're coming from, and then the full analytics as well. And by the side, it's very easy to find exactly what you're looking for or whatever you want to work on. If it's your product, you go to catalog. Simple, If you want to add something related to payment method or something like this, you go to the extensions. If you want to design the homepage, go to design. Your sales, you have your customers, everything related to marketing. So this could be affiliate programs, marketing, coupons, or mail. And all your settings are right here. And then related to analytics, your reports are all here underneath reports. So very simple, very intuitive. As I said, OpenCart is amazing. So let's have a quick look at our website in the front end. So hover on your name here and then store, click on that. It will open up in a new tab. And as you can see, that looks quite dated. This is not that appealing, to be honest, This is how we used to build websites maybe back in 2009, 2010 when OpenCart was released. So the beauty of this system is that it's super fast, super fast loading. So you will rank higher as well in the search results. But like we said, that looks quite dated. So don't worry, I've got you covered. For this, we can use the Envato Marketplace. So let's go to the Envato Marketplace on themeforest.net specifically. So as always, I'll leave all the links in the description below. So from here, you go to Ecommerce, you go to OpenCart, and there's loads to choose from. As you can see, they look all very, very professional and very modern looking as well. Now, make sure that you download a theme for V4, for version 4 that we have, okay? So if you scroll down, you will see OpenCart 4.x, 3.x. So this one would be suitable. This one is OpenCart 4.0 as well. OpenCart 3 and 4, and this one OpenCart 4 as well. So go by the looks, obviously, something that you like. And then if you want to make sure this is the right one, well, simply click on it and check the details. The most important part is to make sure it's compatible with OpenCart 4.0.x, which is the current version. The one we have installed is 4.0.2.3, which is the case. So this is fully compatible. So make sure it's fully compatible with the version installed on the server. And all you have to do is basically purchase it, So you can check the reviews as well and make sure the comments are good and all that. So I'm just going to purchase this one. Okay, go to checkout. And I'm going to buy this. Excellent, so payment complete, and now we can download our files. And all we have to do is click download. So let's download this somewhere on our hard drive. So save, and now we can install that on our website. So let's do that together. So let's go back to our OpenCart dashboard. So from here we go to extensions and then installer. And now click on this one here to upload the file we just downloaded, okay? So click on that. So it's going to come as an archive. So extract everything and you'll have a few different folders. And then enter those folders until you find a file that says unzip first. And then this is the one that you need to actually upload. So make sure it has the extension ocmod.zip. So an OC, so OpenCart mod modifiers. It's a modifier file, okay? So make sure this is the one here. And then open. As you can see, it's doing its thing now. It's uploading it. And now you should find it normally on your list here somewhere. So this is where it's located at the moment. So click on the green button here, install, click on that. And there you go. So that took about a minute, let's say, So that's been successfully installed. And now we can move on to the next step. So let's go back to extensions this time. And if you click on the drop-down menu, go to themes. As you can see, now you have two of them. So that means we have the default one and also the new one we installed. So there's one more step to complete now. If you go to your modules here, as you can see, there's 54 of them. Locate the one that says Theme Control Panel, and now we need to install it as well. So click on that. And as you can see, you have modified the module, so excellent. And now we go back to the front end. So this is what our theme used to look like. So extremely dated indeed. It looked like it was built in 2005 or 2006. So let's refresh. And there you go, guys. You can see that looks a lot better already. So the full demo has been imported for us. So the whole layout has been done for us. And as you can see, you have all the different products, etc., etc. So there's a bit of fine tuning to be done, obviously. But altogether, that's not too bad looking at all. Now, with some OpenCart themes, you might have an extra option in the backend as well. As you can see, this one does have it. So if you open this and then SO themes config, so like I said, with some of them themes, you might have the option to select different layouts. So this one has 4 different layouts. So let's say if you wanted to activate this one instead of this one, if you prefer this layout over that one, well, apply default settings, confirm. And now if you go back to the front end and refresh, and there you go, as you can see, we have a complete different vibe, different feel all together. It's still the same website, with the same content, the same product, same everything, the same structure, but the front end is different. So again, it's up to you to decide which one you prefer, obviously, depending on your business model and your personal preferences. But again, it's just to show you what's available and what's feasible with OpenCart. So this is one way of installing OpenCart and configuring your front end. Now let me show you another option. Some themes don't offer Ecommerce zip files. So like this one, for instance, I purchased this one as well. So this one is compatible with 4.0x, which is perfect, but there is no Ecommerce file, so OpenCart modifier file. So with this one, the installation is completely different. So let me show you how this works, okay? So let me show you what this looks like. So live preview, and there you go. As you can see, that looks very modern and very professional indeed. So the second method is a completely different method. So let me show you how to do that. So we go to our downloads, then download the files on your hard drive. And now let me show you how to install this on your server. So we go back to the hosting a dashboard. And first we need to create a database. So you go to databases here and then management. And let's create a new one, okay? So I'm going to give it a name and also a username. So perhaps something like this, and then enter your password and then create. So perfect. And if you scroll down, you'll find it here. So this has been created. And now we go to our files, file manager, and then from here, access files from your website. So your domainname.com is going to open up in a new tab. Now go to your root folder, so public HTML. And normally there shouldn't be any files here. If there's any files that you find, maybe a .php, .ini, delete it all together. And now we're going to upload the file. We downloaded from the Envato marketplace. Okay, so upload, select file. Very good. So this should be a .zip file. So whatever it is, so open. So there you go. Our file was uploaded. Now we can extract it. So right click on it, extract. And choose the folder name here. Make sure to put a single dot. So just dot like this, okay? And then extract. Perfect. And as you can see, we have a new folder that's been created. Now, if you double click on this to open it, and then from here, you will find 2 different folders. You have QuickStart and template install. So let's assume you already have OpenCart installed. You could select these files here and copy this in the root folder. And this is how you can install the theme on its own. But in our case, we're going to install everything from scratch, the complete full demo website. And for this, we use the QuickStart. That's what it's called. Okay, so QuickStart, basically, that's the full demo content. So if you double click on this, now all these files should be copied in the root folder. So now select all of these. Okay, there you go. And now move. And we need to move them to our root folder, which is the public HTML, okay? So for this, click on those 2 dots, double click on it, and then double click on it again. As you can see, it's going to bring us to the main root folder. See, this is public HTML. So move it there, okay? And there you go. Now we are back to our root folder, public HTML, and all our files are here, okay? And now we can install it. So let's open a new tab and type our domain name. Excellent. So this is the OpenCart installation screen. As you can see, the GNU General Public License, So just click continue, scroll down the page again, continue. And right here, we have to enter our database details. So here, make sure that you select MySQLi, okay? Localhost. So basically here, you're going to enter your database details. So this is the database we just created earlier on. So enter those details here. So there you go, just like this. So right here, create a username and password, enter your email address. So this is to access the backend of the OpenCart website. So perhaps something like this. And then obviously select a more secure password than this and then continue. And there you go. As you can see, that's installed in just a second. Very, very fast installation. Now, don't forget to delete your installation directory. So let's log in into the backend first. Okay, so we're going to log into your admin, right click, open in a new tab, and then enter your credentials. So log in. Excellent. So as you can see, automatically we'll get this message, important security notification, delete the installation directory. You can confirm. So let's delete that together. Perfect. And another one here, it says it's important to move the storage directory outside of the web directory instead of public HTML. Move it somewhere else so we can have it here. Okay, so move it. And then you'll be asked to rename the admin directory as well. So give it a name. So I'm just going to put here David_Garret, just like this, and then rename. Excellent. So as you can see, our website is up and running now. So let's go to the front end and see how it looks like. So housewares, click on it. And there you go. As you can see, in just a few clicks, we got this sorted and installed. So that's not too bad at all. Now you have a very professional looking website using OpenCart, and now we can take care of the personal customization. Okay, so before we can configure anything on the website, we need to create an OpenCart account and link it via an API. So how can we do that? Simply go to the opencart.com website, and right here you have the register button. Click on that. And here enter your details. So perhaps something like this. So username, first name, last name, email, country, and password. And here they want to make sure for security reason you know what a car is or whatever they're going to ask you. So I'm going to say car here, okay, and then register. And that's it. So very simple indeed. And as always, they're going to send you an email with a link inside, and then go and open that email. And after that, you can come back here and click continue. So I've just done that. So your account has been successfully verified. So click continue, like we said. Very good. So now our OpenCart account has been created and verified. So why did we do that? Well, it's very simple. Let me show you. If you go back to the dashboard, you go to extension, go to the marketplace. This is where you can download all the different extensions. So if you want to install Stripe or PayPal on your website, you will need an extension for that. And as you can see, to download these, you need to enter your OpenCart API. So this is why we created this account here. And now we can insert the API key, okay? So right here, as you can see, you have your stores. Click on that. And now we can add our store. So all you need for this is your URL. So normally it's just www.yourdomainname.com, okay? And then submit. There you go. So this is done now. And now let's go back to our extension page. And all you have to do is to click on this warning button here. Click on that. And as you can see, we need to enter the username and the secret key. So back to the OpenCart account, click on the view. And now you can copy those details. So we have the username, Control-C, Control-V, and the secret, which is this one, okay? Control-C, Control-V, and then save. As you can see, we have modified your API information. And there you go, guys. You can see the error message is gone, which means that our website is now connected to our OpenCart account. And now we can start configuring our website. Okay, so now let me show you how you can customize and design everything the way you want in the front end. So at the moment, this is what our website looks like. But everything can be customized, obviously, fully top to bottom, footer section, the content here, the header, everything can be fully customized. So OpenCart is basically a developer's dream, a programmer's dream, because it's all code based. So let me show you, for instance. So if you go to the design section here and go to your theme editor, and let's say if you wanted to customize the checkout process, click on this. And then you have all the different templates used at checkout. So you have the cart, cart list, the checkout itself, confirm, payment address, etc., etc. So each and every aspect of your website can be fully customized from here. So let's click on cart list, for example. So this is basically the content of your shopping cart, all the list of the different items that are added to your shopping cart. So this is using Twig as the programming language. So Twig is basically a templating engine for PHP. So the whole script here, the whole OpenCart has been built using PHP, but for the templating side, it's using Twig, which is a simplified way of displaying stuff, you know. Basically, it's using a mixture of HTML, as you can see right here, and then also variable codes like this one. So let me show you how this works. If you are familiar with HTML and PHP, this is going to be easy for you anyways, you know. So let's go to the front end and let me show you, for example. So if I were to purchase this one here, so I'm just going to click on the item, select which type, so maybe 60 centimeters, add to cart. Okay, so I'm going to close this, go to the shopping cart, view cart. And right here, as you can see, this is basically the list of items we're adding to the cart. Okay, so this would be like a loop. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. And if you go here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. Okay. So this is the image, the name, the model, quantity, price, and total. And right here you have image, product, model, quantity, price, and total. Okay. So let's say if you wanted to add an additional column here by the side just before image, maybe a loop counter or something like this, maybe line number, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you add the numbers, so you know how many items you have in your cart. Just an example here, okay? So you would go back here, and then right on top, well, you can edit the code, okay? So you could add maybe one column here, so let's do that together. So I'm going to say maybe this one, let's add a new class here. So this is the same as the others, and this is going to be item number, or maybe line number, or whichever you want, maybe line number, okay, just like this. And then in the body, we're going to create a new content that will go underneath as a loop. So as you can see, this is the loop, and then we're going to add this underneath as part of the rest of our section here, okay? So this is going to be a TD as well, the same as the other one. So perhaps something like this, and then we'll add a loop counter, so loop.index, and this should be fine, okay? After this, we have to save, so scroll down the page and save changes. Excellent, so now we can go back to the shopping cart and refresh our page, okay? So let's refresh this, and as you can see, now we have an additional column here, item number and a list. So let's add another product as an example, just to see if it's going to count how many lines, select this one in 60, add to cart, okay? So let's go back to our shopping cart again, and then view cart, and as you can see, line 1, line 2, so this is clearly working, okay? And this is how you can add this to your code here. Now, if you're not familiar with all the syntaxes and all that, as you can see, you have loop index, etc., you can click on this link here, so open in a new tab, and you have the full documentations, okay? So you have your filters, your tags, the different functions, test and operators. So this is basically all the features that you need to be able to create any twig changes here on your pages. Now, there's another way of doing it. You can use the editor here, which is one way of doing so, or you can go to your file manager. Again, you go back to your hosting account, manager, click on this, and I'm going to show you where those files are, okay? So you go to public HTML, you go to catalog, view, so this is to view everything in the front end, so open this, and then templates. And as you can see, you have account, checkout, common, error, information, mail, and products. So checkout is basically the one you want to edit. And here are all the files, okay? As you can see, cart twig and cart list. So this is the one we just edited. So if you want to double click on this, and here you'll find the 2 lines we added to the code with the loop counter here, the line counter, okay? So I personally prefer this option myself because you can see the full length of the line. So it's easier to read the code itself compared to here. As you can see, you have 1 line, and then it will go to the next line, and it's harder. I mean, just for me, maybe it's just a matter of preferences, It's up to you. I just show you the 2 methods you can use from the backend and also the line editor here directly from your file manager. Excellent, so we can close this now. So let's move on to the next step, which are our modules and layouts as well. So if you go to your extension, I'm going to open that in different tabs, okay? So open this in a new tab. So right here, as you can see, you can select the type of extension. So we have our modules, as you can see, 26 of them. So modules are basically different parts of your website that you can customize from here. As you can see, you have the category banner, the homepage manufacturers. We have the slideshow that comes on your homepage, your best sellers, your featured items, and so on, okay? Now, there's another way of editing this as well, which will come in handy. They work hand in hand, basically, okay? So if we go back here, now let's go to the layout section here. So let's click on this. Very good. So we have our modules, our layouts. So let's go back to extension and open one of them as an example. So let's open the slideshow. So this is basically on our homepage. Click on this, and as you can see, inside this, we have assigned a banner as well. So what is a banner exactly? Well, we're going to open that in a new tab. So we go to designs and then open banners in a new tab. So there you go. So we have 3 different elements. We have the layouts, we have our modules, and also our banners. So it might seem a little bit overwhelming at the moment, but don't worry, it will all make sense in a few moments. Okay, so for this, let's go back to our home page and let me show you. So right here, we have the slideshow. So this is the first section we have. And then we have our best sellers, followed by some logos here, manufacturer's logo, I suppose, We have the best-selling items right here. We have a call to action section, testimonials, etc., okay? So now, if we go back to our layout, so this is where it starts from. So open the home page right here, click on this. And right there, as you can see, we have all the content we just discovered on the homepage. So it starts with the slideshow, and then on sale products, logo slider, selected products, left banner, offer banner, top product, etc., okay? And then you have the footer section as well. On the left hand side, you have the newsletters. And on this one, you have the social media icons. So if you go back to the home page, this is exactly what we have. This is the newsletter, and here are our social media icons, okay? So if you go back here, this is exactly what we have. So this is basically where you create the main structure of your page. Now, if you want to edit any of those elements, like your slideshow, your social media icons, for instance, for this, you have to go to your modules. So your modules are here, okay? So this is our module, and this one is the slideshow. So what is the slideshow made out of? A banner. So this is the banner we selected for this specific module, okay? And where do you design this banner? Well, we go to banners then, okay? And right here, you find the home page slideshow. And this is where you can finally edit its content. So I'll click on the pencil here. There you go. As you can see, this is the content. So you have the banner name, title, link, description, image, and the sort order if you have more than one. So this might look a little bit messy, but don't worry. Once you click on the source code, it makes all sense, you know. Click on this, and there you go. Now you have the source code right here, and now you can expand that to make it bigger, you know. So this is what it's like. So again, this is made out of HTML coding. So this is our source code, and now you can customize it to reflect on the front end. So as you can see, you have horsewares dot. And this is basically what I have here, horsewares dot. So if I was to change this to Mr. Web test, for instance, okay, go back to the top and save our changes. Let's go back here and refresh. There you go, Mr. Web test, okay. So if you go back to the editing panel here, as you can see this button, we have a button here, okay, this one here, but this is set to localhost, which is obviously not correct. So you might want to change the URL here to redirect to an internal page, okay? So let's say if this section was a big call to action to promote a specific product, it could be this one. I'm just going to right click, copy the link URL, okay? And then insert it right here in between the air quotes, just like this, okay? So let's save this again. So we go back here and then go back to the top and refresh. Excellent. So if I click on this, it should bring us to the product page, which is exactly what happened, okay? Okay, so let's go back to the home page for a second. And then if you scroll down, as you can see, you have your bestsellers here. So this is another module. So let me show you how you can customize the other modules as well. So if you go back to layout, so you have the slideshow and then on sale product. So this is the one. So edit, right click on it, open in a new tab. And this is basically the content of that module, okay? So you can see there's a few products assigned. So we have quite a few here, okay? So if you go back here, as you can see, because there's so many products, well, you can slide them right to left or left to right. Now, if I were to remove most of them, so remove, and just keep maybe 2 and then save. Okay, we go back to the home page and refresh. As you can see, we only have 2 products now, okay? So, and now if you wanted to add more products, well, you go back here, click on products, and select any product you want to add. As you can see, click on it, and it will add it automatically to your list. Just like this, okay? Let me add another one again. Maybe this one, and then save. Very good. So let's go back to the home page and refresh. And there you have it, guys. You can see now this looks absolutely fine. And this is how you can take care of all your different modules. So now it's the same with this one. The same with this one is the same principle, guys. Okay. If you want to customize the content of this one, go back here. And there you go. You have top products, center banner and all that. Same principle, just edit and then change the content right here. Okay. So this is how you can change the content of your different modules. So let's go back to the home page for a second. Let's go back here. Okay, so now as you may have noticed, there's a bit of gap here on top and the bottom. So I don't really like that, to be honest, you know. So let's take care of this. You can also insert CSS code in your code as well, you know. So inspect. So let's have a quick look. Okay, so this is our image. So I'm going to click on this, select the image itself. So this is the one. And we have the slide image.emg. I'm going to put margin top and change that to maybe minus something, maybe 100 pixels. How's that like? Yeah, 120, maybe 125. Minus 125 pixels. Okay, perfect. And now we'll do the same with the other one. Okay, margin bottom then. And then minus 125 pixels. There you go. That looks a lot better. So what we can do now is basically fetch this. So Control C and then insert it here on top. Okay. So before our first line, so drop this down. So we're going to insert a style tag like this, then insert it in between. And as you can see, it will fill out automatically the tags for us, which is very handy, you know. and then delete this one. So now we go back to the top and save. And as you can see, we have no confirmation that this is being saved. So depending on the server that you're using, they might be like hosting a security in place, which will not allow you to save any CSS within your code here for security reason, for cross scripting, obviously, in which case you can add that to your stylesheet.css. So we go back here again, and then right here we check which CSS style sheet is actually loading this. Okay, so if you have on top, it will show you it's catalog view style sheet / stylesheet.css. So now we can go back to our files here. So public HTML, catalog, and then view, style sheet, and then stylesheet.css. So this is the one, okay? And then from here, let's find our reference. So it's slide img, okay? So Control F, Control V, so there it is. And right here, we can add the 2 lines we had, okay? So I'm gonna copy them here, Control C, and then Control V, okay? So let's remove the spacing here to have it perfectly lined up. And now we can save this. And now if you go back to the front end, and then we can close this and refresh. And normally, as you can see, it's absolutely fine now. So this is how you can make changes with your CSS code as well. So this is a first example here, how to change your slideshow on your homepage. Now, let's say if you wanted to change maybe your footer section here, let's say you want to change your social media icon. Maybe you don't have Instagram or one of them. Maybe you don't have YouTube or whatever, and you want to customize this. Well, again, this is a banner that's part of a module that's part of your layout, okay? So let's customize this one together as another example. So if you go back to your layout, this is our footer section. And actually, you can edit it directly from here. If you wanted to, you can do this as well this way, If you click on the small pencil. So I'm just going to open this in a new tab again. It's probably easier. And once more, as you can see, this is using HTML coding, So if you expand this, you will see that we have 4 different links. So this one is YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So maybe you don't have any of them, or maybe you want to add another one, okay? How can you do so? Well, it's very easy again, So let's say you wanted to add TikTok as an example, okay? So all you have to do is basically select one of those lines and then insert it wherever you want. So maybe just before Facebook, okay? Just right here. And then you can actually add a bit of spacing so they lined up properly. Excellent. And now we're going to change this. So this is going to go to TikTok.com and then the actual landing page to your account, obviously, So while we are at it, we're going to change the alternate title here. So this is TikTok. If someone hovers on top, Facebook, we're going to put Instagram here, Instagram, okay, and then Twitter here, so which is X now. So you might want to change that as well, and change the icon. So now let me show you how you can upload your images as well to link them to those URLs. So let's go back to the front end for a second. So this is what our icons look like. Maybe you want to change them for something else, and obviously we need the one for TikTok, which is not here at the moment. So a nice website you can use is called flaticon.com. Very easy to follow, and just put social media icons or something like this, okay? So search for this. Enter, and there you go. As you can see, you have all the different icons here. And if you wanted one specific one, maybe you could type here TikTok, okay, enter. Now make sure that you select all the icons that are the same, So this one is only black, this one is black with the rounded shape around it. So it should be uniform, obviously, So download the icons that actually fit your preferences, and then you can change them and add them to your website. So let's say if I wanted all of them to be like this shape around it, I could just download as a PNG, okay? So download for free and then save it on your hard drive and do the same with the others. Okay, so I've done that quickly. I have all the social media icons downloaded. So now we go back to our HTML content and we're going to insert them here. So as you can see at the moment, it's using SVG files, which we are going to replace, okay? So while you work on your website, what I would recommend you do is to use an FTP file transfer tool like FileZilla, So I'm going to show you how you can set this up. So we go back to our hosting a dashboard, scroll down the page, we go to File, and then FTP account. So those details here will bring you to the root folder, which is not what we're interested in. We need to access the public HTML folder. So here, basically enter a username and password, perhaps something like this, and then create. Very good. So as you can see, this is our FTP access. So now we're going to open a tool called FileZilla. And all you have to do is to Google it, FileZilla download, and it should bring you to the FileZilla-project.org and then download. So download this, and then I'm going to show you how to customize it now. Very good. So I'm going to overlap the two windows. So this is basically FileZilla. So as you can see, you have the active host name. So FTP, you put this in the host name. The username is this one here. Okay, put that in username. Add your password, and the port is 21. Okay, so let me do that quickly. So there you go. It should look something like this. Okay, and then quick connect. And then tick this and always trust, and then okay. Very good. So now you have access to your server, as you can see, okay? So you have catalog, you have extensions, image, OC hardware, and system. And right here is basically your hard drive. So find the folder where you downloaded those icons, okay? So I'm going to go to my pictures here. And as you can see, I have Facebook, I have YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and so on and so on, okay? So now we can upload that to our server. So where do we go exactly from here? Well, let me put this aside for a second. If you go back to your HTML content, as you can see, image, catalog, and then this is where you have the file itself, okay? So now let's go back here and open it as well. So we go back to images and then catalog. As you can see, it says here youtube.svg, so it should be here normally, okay? So let's look for this one here, and we have indeed youtube.svg here at the bottom, and Twitter as well, and so on and so on. So this is basically where we can copy our icons. So I'm going to select YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. This is my Instagram one, and also Facebook. So right click and then upload file. So there you go. They've been copied over now. So if you remove this, and now we can change the file names here. Okay, so let's do that quickly. So it should be normally PNG, and it's not Twitter.png. This one is TikTok.png, Facebook.png, Instagram.png, and Twitter.png. Okay, very good. So now let's go back here and save. And now let's go to the front end and refresh. Okay, scroll down the page now, and there you go. As you can see, we have new icons indeed, including X, and we also have the others included here. Okay, so now you might want to make them a little bit bigger. So if you go back here, as you can see, the width is set to 14. So maybe we can change all of these to 21. There you go. So let's put this to the test. And again, let's refresh. And there you go. They're slightly bigger. Okay, now let's take care of more simpler tasks, like for instance, how to change your logo here and your main settings. Okay, so for this, we go back to the dashboard. We go to system. We go to settings. And this is your shop. You should find here normally. Okay, so edit. And right here, as you can see, you have general store, local, open, etc., etc. So we're going to go through all of these one by one and configure everything properly. So right here under the general tab, as you can see, you have meta title, meta tag description, meta tag keyword. This is super important for SEO purposes. So right here where you have the title, you should put a title that makes sense, for search purposes, but also for your viewers. So let me fill this out just to give you an example here. And this is super important because this is what we will see when Google returns those results. So for instance, if I was to look for household essentials, you can see IKEA here. So basically this is the title and this is the description. And this is exactly what we have here. So this is your title and this is your description, okay? And then feel free to add as many keywords as you want to help you rank higher in the search results. And now we can change our store logo and icon as well. So edit, and here you can upload your file immediately in the root folder or in one of those folders, or you create your own folder altogether. So let's go with brand logo here, for instance, so you can upload this. So select the file, so open. Okay, thank you. So this is done. And now we can select this one and then insert it on our page. Okay, so there you go. And we can do the same with the icon. So edit. And then I'm going to go to brand logo again, upload. Let's select this one here, open, confirm, select this one, and there you go. And now if you go back to the top and save, if we go back to our website and refresh, excellent. As you can see, now this is displaying properly. No worries with that. So let's go back to our settings. And now we go to our store. So this is your store name, the owner, the address. So these are pretty self-explanatory. These are just your details, okay? And opening hours. Under the local tab, select your country. So we're based in Ireland ourselves. And an example here, okay? So I'm just going to select Ireland. There you go. And then select your region. So we're based in Dublin ourselves. And then select your currency. So it could be euro, could be US dollars. And then the length class and weight class. So this should be either centimeters or inches, depending where you're based. And also kilogram or pound or ounces, or whichever measure you use, basically. Okay. And then we go to our options. So here are all the options related to your website. So we're not going to cover all of this. These are pretty self-explanatory, just go through the different options. For instance, if you expand the product section here, well, you can limit the description to maybe 200 characters. How many do you want to display per page and things like this, So let's have a look maybe to your taxes. Do you want to display price with taxes? Yes or no. So depending if you want to sell to B2B or B2C, feel free to change that option here. And then you have a few different options here, like your return and all of that. But like I said, this is pretty self-explanatory. There's no need to cover this. And the next very important option is the mail settings here. So we need to set our SMTP server right here so that you will receive all the order confirmations, and also your customers will receive their order confirmation, which is super important, obviously, So where do you fetch this? Well, again, we go back to our hosting a dashboard. And then from here, we go to emails and then email accounts. Very good. So this is here, okay? And now we can create a new email address. And right here, go to manage. And now we can create a new email address, okay? So for this, we go to email accounts. And as you can see at the moment, we don't have any single email address. So we need to create one first, obviously, okay? So create account and then create your email address right here. So it could be info@yourdomainname.com, enter a password and then create. And then here it's asking us configure the app and device. So through where would you like to use your email account? You have browser. So this is basically to access your webmail, which is pretty handy. So if you open this in a new tab, as an example, enter your email address and the password and click login. So you have access to all your emails from anywhere in the world, which is pretty handy. Or you can use a recommended app. As you can see, we have quite a few. You have Apple Mail, Outlook. You can insert that into your Gmail account as well to read them. But in our case, what we need is the server settings at the minute, okay? So we need the SMTP details, which is exactly here. Now we're going to use those details and enter them in our settings. So what do we need here? We need the host name, the username, the password, the port, and timeout, okay? So let's fetch this. So this is SMTP. So this is the one here, okay? So fetch this one here. So Control-C, copy it here, SMTP, okay? Username, this is your email address, so info@mrwebamazon.com, okay? I think that's our domain name. Here, enter your password. So this is clearly not my password, but it's just to show you where you enter it. And then you have the port, which is super important. So go back here, and as you can see, the port is 465. So copy this, Control-C, and then paste it here, okay? So that's basically it. So that's the SMTP setup now. So we will receive and send email from the website now, okay? So what sort of email do you want to send? It's all related to your orders, maybe your affiliate, registration as well. So that's really up to you, Feel free to select any of those, even including your reviews. And right here on top, enter your email address as well. So info@ and then mrwebamazon.com. So that's basically the same as here, okay? So that's basically it for our SMTP settings. And now we go to the server section here. And the only option I'd like to show here, because everything else is pretty self-explanatory, is the maintenance mode. So while you're working on the website or making some changes, especially at the beginning, you might want to put in maintenance mode so nobody can access the front end and place an order by accident, okay? So that's basically it. So after this, don't forget to save your changes, and that's basically it. Very good. So to add your payment gateway and payment method, all you have to do is go to extensions, and we go to the marketplace. And then from here, all you have to do is basically type the payment method you want to install. So for instance, PayPal, and then search. And there you go. As you can see, it's right here on top. So PayPal checkout integration, and this one fortunately is free. And as you can see, there's different options as well. PayPal Express, this is for version 4.x. This was a paid version as well. Braintree Payment Gateway, which is linked to PayPal as well. But this one, you have to pay for it as well, Unfortunately, Stripe is also a paid version. So if you click on this and look for Stripe, you have two different plans. You have the Stripe Basic Payment, $29.99. This one, $59.99. All things considered is not too bad, So let me show you how to install, for instance, PayPal, since this one is free. Very good. So this is the one here on top. So simply click on it. And then from here, check the version, if it's available for 4.0, etc., etc. So general, documentation, download, click on download, and click on the download button here. That's all you have to do. So wait for a few seconds. So there you go. So that's done now. So now we have to go back to our extensions. And from here, go to your modules, your payments, and then here, go to PayPal checkout integration. And here you need to continue the installation. So click on this button here. Excellent. And then normally it should be at the bottom of your page. And as you can see, it's already installed. If you're not too sure, click on it again. So this is installed. So all you have to do is refresh. And then if you scroll down the page, go back to your payment method. There it is now, okay? So one more step, click on install again, just to finalize the installation. As you can see, this is completed. And now you can edit the content. And then from here, all you have to do is check the authorization type. For instance, you have automatic or manual. And then the environment could be production or perhaps sandbox. So if it's a live website, go to production. If it's a test website, go to sandbox, okay? And after this, all you have to do is to click connect to connect your actual PayPal account, okay? And then enter your credentials. And that's basically it. You'll have your payment gateway installed on your website. Okay, so now let's take care of the main structure of our catalog. So these are our products. So if you go to catalogs, you can see a few different sections here, okay? So the first one you might want to take care of is maybe creating all your different categories. So in our case here we have small laundry, fridges, espresso machine, dishwashers, and then all products. So to create a category, it's very simple. Click on the plus sign and then add the details here. So it's a pretty self-explanatory this, okay? And once you have the categories created, you might want to create some attributes. So let's expand this. So first you have to create an attribute group. So as you can see, you have memory, motherboard, processors, and technical. So this could be for clothing as well, you know? So if you create a new attribute group, let's do that together. For instance, clothing, okay? And let's sort the order maybe to 6 and then save. Now we can go back here. As you can see, we have clothing as well. And now you can create attributes linked to clothing. So if you go to attributes, create a new one. So let's say maybe the size, okay? And select this for clothing, okay? And then enter. So let's go back here. So you have the size of the clothing. Maybe you have the color as well. So this would be for clothing again. And maybe the type of fabric, okay? So plus sign. So fabric, again, linked to our clothing section, and then save, okay? And if you go to attributes, now as you can see, every time you will upload an item of clothing, you can enter the type of fabric, the size, and also the color. Now, if you want to break this down even further, you can even create options. So I can't think of anything, to be honest. Maybe if you a car manufacturer or something like this might be an option available to you. And then we have manufacturers as well. So again, depending on what you're selling, you can add the manufacturer's name, you know. So this could be a Gigabyte, maybe Samsung, I don't know, whatever it is, you know. Think of something like Nikon or Panasonic or whatever. Now this is the manufacturer's name. And then once you have this done, well, basically you can start creating your products. So we go to products, and to upload your product is very simple. All you have to do is click on the plus sign and then start entering all the different products. So we're not going to cover this. This is pretty self-explanatory, you know. Once you have your catalog created here, the main structure, well, everything else is pretty self-explanatory. So this is basically how you can create your products manually. Now, if you have a big inventory or lots of references, you might want to install an extension again to bulk import everything. So for this, you have to go to the marketplace and then look for product import or something like this, you know, and then search for something. Excellent. So right here, as you can see, there's a free one, export import to Excel free. So this is using a CSV file, which is absolutely amazing. You know, all you have to do is just follow the layout provided to you with this extension here. But the best one of all from experience is called Excel port. Very, very powerful indeed. So if you don't mind paying a little extra, this is the one here. As you can see, $119. This one is absolutely amazing. You can import like thousands of references and create and map any references that you want. It's going to make your life so much easier. So that's really up to you. You can use the free version or pay for this one. Again, I'm not affiliated to this. I'm not earning extra money. I'm just letting you know what's available on the market, okay? Very good. So once your website is up and running, you will start receiving orders. As you can see, I have the total order here. So you can either click on view more from your dashboard, or you can go to your sales and click on orders. So as you can see, we received 8 orders in total. So how do you manage your orders? Well, click on the view button here. So as you can see, this is the item that was ordered. This is the shipping address. This is the payment method. And then this been paid and all that, you know. And then if you scroll down, you can see the status at the moment is set to pending. But once you have it maybe shipped, you could put the tracking number here or something like that, you know, and whatever it is, okay? And then you can mark this as shipped, perhaps, okay? Shipped, and then add to history. Very good. As you can see, this has been modified. And as you can see, the tracking is added here. And if you go to the top, you can print the invoice and also the shipping list. So let's say if you have multiple items here and need to pick them in the warehouse, you can print that separately as well, you know. So open a new tab. So that's basically it. And you'll have the location and references as well if these are recorded in your stock level, obviously, you know. So this would be quite handy as well. So that's everything for your orders now. So let's say if someone was to ring you and say, I'm not too happy with the product, I want to return it. Well, you can create the return as well, you know. And then towards the end, if you really want to make your customers really happy, you can create gift vouchers as well, you know. So this could be emailed as well and sent directly to them, which is quite a nice touch, to be honest. Okay, so now let me show you how you can customize the users that will have access to your website. So you are probably yourself the main admin, so you have access to everything. Now you might want to create different users who will only have access maybe to sales or something like this. Okay, so you can go to the system here, and then from here you go to users, expand, and you have users and user group. So we have to create a group first. As you can see, the main one is admin, so this should be yourself. You have demo as well. So you probably don't need demo. So if you want, you can just delete that altogether. Okay, so just delete, yes. And then now we create a new one. So let's say if you want only users for the sales department, you can create a group name just for this. Okay, so sales. And as you can see, you have permissions and extensions. So when it comes to permissions, well, a sales department will have access, I suppose, to all the sales here, probably orders and returns, you know, and perhaps maybe some products as well to see what they like or something like this, you know. So all you have to do is basically go through those different options here, okay? So you have category, so you want them to have access or able to modify it as well. So in this case, category, I suppose they should access it, but not being able to modify it, you know. Manufacturers, maybe the options, the products, the reviews, subscription plan should have access to it as well, you know. And then keep scrolling down the page, obviously, and every time you see something that they can access or modify, well, tick those boxes accordingly, obviously, you know. So obviously, I'm not going to do all of this at once, but this is basically how you can create your different groups, okay? Once you're done, click save, and that's basically it. Once you go to user groups, you have admin and sales as well, and they have a limited access to only the catalog and other features. And then after this, you can create a new user and then assign it to that user group, obviously, you know. So let's click on the plus sign and username. So let's say John_Doe, okay, is in the sales department. So John Doe, his email address, john.doe@yourcompanyname.com, okay. And if you want to add an image, you can do so, no problem. Create his password and the status on or off, enabled or disabled. And after this, save. And that's basically it. Now you have a new user who will have restricted access to only the sales department in your backend. And finally, let's go to our systems here. And then we go to maintenance. So right here, as you can see, you can run a backup or restore a backup. So just for security reason, every now and again, I would highly recommend that you run a backup. So you select all here to export everything, run the backup, and if anything happens, you can always import it, and that's basically it, okay? Now you can also upgrade to the latest version, which is obviously highly recommended for security reason. Now, obviously, before you hit upgrade, make sure to run a backup. So this is highly recommended. So again, you go to backup, run the backup, and then go back here and then run the upgrade. And that's basically it, guys. After this, you're up and running. And that's all there is for today, guys. Now you know everything there is to know about OpenCart.